You spent 4,000 seconds on your math homework. How long is this in hours? Express your answer rounded to the nearest hundredth of an hour. Remember, we never want to round until the very final step. So we start with what we're given, and we are given 4,000 seconds. Let's make it a fraction, because we know when we're doing conversions, we've got to have fractions numerator to denominator. Our goal is to get rid of those fractions, or to get rid of those seconds. And if you think about reducing with fractions, the seconds would have to go on the bottom. Well, what do you know that you can change seconds to? Well, we can change seconds to minutes. And there are 60 seconds in 1 minute, and that is our conversion factor. When we do that, these seconds cancel out, and I now have minutes. But remember that your goal is to go to hours. So those minutes are not sufficient. I need to continue on and say, okay, now I need those minutes to go away. So if I put minutes in the bottom, the top to the bottom, that will allow them to cancel out. And I know there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So that green conversion makes my minutes go away, and I am now left in hours. So because I finally have the label that I want, now I can go ahead and do my mathematics. There are two ways you can kind of go about doing this. One is to simply multiply straight across. So if you multiply straight across on the top, you have 4,000 times 1, which is just 4,000. Then you multiply straight across on the denominator, which is 1 times 60 times 60, which is 3,600. And you have yourself a new fraction. If you divide 4,000 by 3,600, you get 1.11111. And rounded to the nearest hundredth, well, look at the 1, rounds down, and we left with 1.11 hours. And you might be thinking right now, well, you said there were two ways. What's the other way? Well, we had our 4,000 seconds over 1 minute over 60 seconds, and 1 hour over 60 minutes. Well, right, these things all canceled out. You can kind of think of it that everything in the top, so top means you multiply, and if it's in the bottom or the denominator, that means you divide. So you would start with 4,000, because that's your starting point. Look at your next fraction, 60 is in the bottom, so you would divide by 60. Look at your next fraction, 60 is in the bottom, so you would divide by 60 again. So in your calculator, if you would hit 4,000 divided by 60 and get an answer, leave it in your calculator, hit divide by 60 again, you will end up with the same 1.11 hours.